Old. Demi Lovato and Keke Palmer bond with each other over their inappropriate relationships with grown men, not just men. I'm talking about full grown, hairy, stankin', uh, dirty draws, men's, men's. Let us know what you think in the chat, people. And shout out to everybody who watches in the playback. Y'all let us know what y'all think, too. All right, we just going to go right into it, man. You know, I'm a little tired today. I came in here late with it, but it's all good. We're going to keep pushing and persevering for success. So, we got Demi Lovato and Keke Palmer, main event. During an interview, Keke Palmer and Demi Lovato discussed being teenagers and dating old men. Both ladies admit that looking back at it, dating older men in their teens was not ideal, but felt like an outlet due to their mature careers. Let us know what you think in the comment section. I mean, yeah, this been going down in the hood. This not nothing new. This been going down, period. People was living a different life back then, and this was normalized. I remember coming up, and I've told y'all this before on stream, I seen girls in high school getting full-blown cars from their boyfriends. Can you imagine, bro? And you know, I was a late bloomer in a sense, so I was sitting there looking like, I'm like, bruh.
But what the hell, boy?
I'm like, bro, I'm taking a bus. I ain't even get my own car till like 18. And I graduated early. I graduated high school at 16. So my first 2 years of college, I'm taking a bus around the world. I'm like, bro. So I'm looking at these ninjas like, bro.
But what the hell, boy?
I'm like, how? I'm like, bro, how do you afford this? I'm like, I'm still trying to figure out. Like my first job, I was making $9.25. No, I got a raise. I was making like $8.25 an hour, bro. Putting in like hours. I'm like, yo, there's no way. There's just no way. My first car was given down to me after my brother got his car. He had got a Nissan Sentra. And then me, I took his Oldsmobile. My first car was an Oldsmobile LS 88. So I'm sitting there, like I said, as a youngin' coming up. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to make sure I get decent enough grades for my parents to let me play on the basketball team. That's what I'm sitting there. And then I couldn't even do that. So I had to get off the team and just hope for the best and try and walk on in the future. Bad situation. But we have Demi Lovato and Keke Palmer. Let us know what you think in the comment section. And shout out to everybody who watches on the playback. Y'all let us know what it is too. Here we go.
I found myself dating. I'm 15. Why is my boyfriend 20?
Why was my boyfriend 30?
Oh.
Girl! You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Yeah. Nah. Here we go, man. Damn.
Like,
And this is more normal than you think because naturally women like older men. Now, like I said, girls are not women, so that's the whole thing there. That's weird. Secondly, it's tough because a lot of kids are fast, and it's because of how they came up. So regardless of music industry, Hollywood doing what they do, you know, Hollywood elites, that's what they call them. No matter what they doing, like I said, in regular life, everyday life, girls are doing what they do, figure out a way to get through Facebook, posting themselves above the age consent, getting through the age verifications and all that shit. Social media, man. And I mean, I'm of the opinion that it was probably worse before social media exposed it. So now we could just see everything. And I always tell you guys that social media was the equalizer. Here we go.
I'm not smiling at that, but that is real. We were trying to find outlets, though. I don't think, you know, and also just a way to process this, and nobody our age, I mean,
could understand. Nobody our age could understand. But then you look back in hindsight, when I turned 30, I was like, that's not okay.
So what about the boys your age that were also in the same thing, right? What about the boys your age that were in the same thing? Were they not able to, I don't know. Like I said, in their defense, right? In their defense, they were, what's the correct terminology? Groomed? Is that it? It's so crazy because we say groom, and then imagine when you get married, you have a bride and a groom. I'll be thinking like, what? You need to leave. I'm always confused by that. But yeah, so they were groomed, right? Essentially. At the same time, I'm just like, bro, like the boys our age, like what? No, they didn't understand it. I don't know. Here we go.
Girl, the moment when...
Oh, and then the general consensus is that women mature faster than men. And I guess that's the whole thing. So allegedly women mature faster than men or girls mature faster than boys. My only thing is just like, how do women mature faster than men or girls mature faster than boys, but a woman's brainstem does not develop until 25? I'm always confused by that. Because they say if a woman is 18 and of age, and I'm not justifying this or condoning this, they say that her brainstem hasn't fully developed. So when she's doing it, she doesn't know. But my whole thing is, so when it's a boy, is his brainstem developed? And I'm always like, how is that possible How is that possible? If women mature faster than men, it would make sense that they would naturally be more mature than the men their age, which is why they go for men who are older. But then are they really mature if their brainstem hasn't developed? And that's the whole gag, right? That's the gag right there. Here we go.
You realize and you get the age of a lot of people that were around you and doing stuff, though it's almost a mental break that can happen because you realize you were taking advantage of. Oh, I was being exploited. Yeah. Oh, was very difficult for me when because at 15, I'm thinking like my boyfriend's older because I'm doing an older job and I'm doing a bunch of things and this is the way that it is. And it seemed normal in my mind. But then
especially if you're an older soul too, especially if you're mature for your age.
Yeah. So look, like even me, right? There's a couple women I dealt with in the past. Majority of women I dealt with up until college were all older than me. So I come off like this because I was around people who were always older than me. But it came to a point where I realized I thought I was mature, but I wasn't really mature. Because now that I'm older, I look back in hindsight like, man, I was just a kid. Like, for example, I say this all the time. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Texas now, from Miami, Florida, born and raised in the county of Dade. But I came out here when I was 20 and I thought I had it all figured out. I'm older now. I'll reveal my age. I'm 28 now. And I'm sitting here like...
What the hell?
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, yo, who are you? I'm like, bro, you're a shell of your former self. I mean, I'm getting back to it. But I'm like, bro, who is this person? Where am I? How did I get here? And I look back on the years, it was fun, but I was young. Like, I was partying, living, trying to do what it does. I wouldn't say I was partying in my 20s. I was getting to the bag, but I was taking risks. Now I take more calculated risk, do things that aren't as edgy because, it's only so much you can do. Before I used to be wilding. I was wilding and I ain't had no common sense. And them girls around me, they was like, yeah, you're so mature for your age. And I was sitting there like, yeah. Because I was trying to get some, bro. So I was trying to get some. So I'm like, yeah, baby, whatever you say, baby, just tell me what I need to hear. Or let me tell you what you need to hear so we can do what it do. Here we go.
I love the Hillary Duff song.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, because it's like...
And damn, Demi looking good, though. Shout out to, what's this ninja name? Comethazine, man. Demi looking good. I just want to hit Demi. I can't say the lyrics, but yeah, listen to that song by Comethazine. Here we go.
We all had the same damn life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where people kept telling us you're so mature for your age.
I also wrote a song about that. It's called 29. And when you listen to it, I think you'll be able to relate to it.
I found myself dating.
All right, let's see what the comments say. God damn. I'm glad y'all realized this at 30. As a young man, we used to tell y'all this all the time. Why do grown men like teenagers? As a 30-year-old man, I would never. Are y'all always dating older men because they have more resources than the men your age, but then you grew older and say you were taken advantage of and exploited? Ain't that convenient? Oh, I ain't say that. I read that. I ain't say it. Demi, we were wondering the same thing, sister. Where were y'all mamas at? Keke, why was my boyfriend 20? Demi, why was my boyfriend 30? And Keke smiles and caucasity. What? What? The 90s and 2000s was different. We know better now. Why isn't Wilmer V behind bars? This happens a lot, so many men should be in jail. Demi looks good. Yeah, Demi looking nice. Shout out to Keke. Keke looking nice too. Our generation actually glorified talking to older men, and I think that's where it stemmed from. It was a status quo. Dads, be there for your daughters, 100. It's sad when we come to the realization. I mean, come on now, at some point women need to start, this is a woman, by the way. I mean, come on now, at some point women need to start taking accountability and stop shifting blame and everything on men. It takes two to tango. Why your fast butt dating a 20 to 30-year-old at 15? Even I knew better. I'm starting to see women can be very manipulative, getting these men locked up. We won't have any left. Okay. That's the wrong one. That's not the wrong one. I mean, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Yeah, man, gentlemen, like I said, Adams, pull up to the front of the club. Please form a circle. Yeah, bro, get that ID, check that ID, and if it's a fake, don't even date her, okay? Get that ID. If she ain't got an ID, you got to look at her like,
but what the hell, boy?
Why you ain't got no ID? You ain't got no ID, I can't. No. Demi said, hold on, Hillary. Not here, let me plug my song. To be honest, there were grown men driving around high schools looking to attract young girls they can easily manipulate. When I was in school, get it, girl, even in high school, talking to men who were in their 20s. It's so sad looking back. Bye, y'all was just being fast. It's a woman, by the way. Women will do anything but take accountability. It takes an old man to understand you. Please, laughing my ass off. When I was 15, I never thought that this was cool. The highest I went was 17 at 15. Man, it was a different time. I realize now I was dating predators as a youngster.
What the hell? Oh my God. No
Jesus.
way.
Accountability and guidance is needed. Yes, there are men that are predators, but you also know at 15, you shouldn't be sneaking around with a 20 or 30-year-old. Hence the reason you're sneaking around in the first place. Young girls, listen to us. Them old men don't think you are so mature. And the best thing since sliced bread, they prey on women. Yep, now that I'm older, there was no reason I was a freshman in high school hanging out with 25-year-old men. Keke said, girl, damn. She was like, now, wait a minute. I said 20. I mean, yeah, it's tough, bro. Because like I said, I came up seeing things early. So I wouldn't say I was sneaking around, but like when I was in college, I didn't have, funny how I said, where's your ID? I ain't have an ID my first 2 years in college, right? Because I couldn't pass the driver test. So I had my college ID, right? And the way that I would get in is I'll be like, oh, I got my college ID. I left my other ID. And it was just like, man, you look really young. I'm like, oh, man, I mean, I take care of myself. I work out and shit, and I drink a lot of water. And I was going to them college parties at 16. Yeah. 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 And I used to just find a reason. Shout out to Papa Blac, because you're going to be mad when you hear this. But I used to just find a reason to find a way to just be out the house. Like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm staying at school studying, and I'm going to check out the party and seeing what's popping off, bro. So, yeah, them girls could find a way in there. They got fakes and shit, all this kind of stuff. I remember when I was in Colombia, I told this story, too, when the police had pulled up on me. Yeah, Ninja, if you in Colombia, they roll up on you, too, Ninja. I was walking late night, and they pulled up on me. They was like, Tienes Coca. They was like, Tienes Coca. And I look at them ninjas, I said, do I look like I do Coca-Cola? And they put me on a wall, they searched me and everything, pulled my ID out. They had the flashlight to check if it was real and everything. And I'm American, I look like an American, I'm out there. They let me go because I ain't have nothing on me. But imagine if I did. But that's what I'm saying, where it's like people be having fakes too, and them fakes be real looking, real good. So you just gotta be careful. Let me see if we have some more. Oh no, that's concerning. That's predatory, actually. I feel like you need to be 20 and above to date someone in their 20s, 30s, and older. When Keke said, girl, I crack up every time. 15 and 30 is bonkers. Why do grown men like teenagers as a 30-year-old? I would never. Oh, we seen these already. Let me see if we can pull up some more. We're going to go to TikTok. And let us know what you think, chat. My whole thing is, like I said, it's a crazy situation. Clout and consequences.
Black Americans are not getting together with the other races.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus. That wasn't me. That was my algorithm, bro. I ain't say it, bro. They did. Let me see. Oh, shit. Something went wrong with the server. Goddamn. Y'all seeing that? Uh-oh. They attacking my stream. Y'all seen that? Let me see if I can pull it up. Uh-oh. Shout out to Tay-Rock. All right. Keke Palmer. What's the girl name? Demi. Oh, bro. They attacking the stream, bro. Yo, they attacking the stream. Do y'all see that? They attacking the stream, bruh. Yo, I can't even pull it up. I'm happy you guys can see this. This is what they're doing to my stream. So it says something's wrong with the server. Please try again. And it's just going ham. They're attacking the stream. Goddamn. They're attacking the stream like a mofo. Look at that. They're attacking the stream. I'm happy you guys can see it, though. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? Right? What do you guys think? I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think. Let me see. What I will say is when it comes to Hollywood, Hollywood's tough, bro. And the reason why Hollywood's tough is because, when it came to all that, like back in the day before all this shit came out about Hollywood, one second, parents would push their kids. Like parents would give their kids up to people in a sense, not give them up, but like sign their kids away so that way they could become something, right? Word to, I don't even want to say no names because it get weird, but like that's what happened in a lot of instances, and that's why a lot of things end up happening where people get traumatized, or people get I wouldn't say abuse is the word, but taken advantage of is the correct term, right? Or the correct phrase. They got taken advantage of because they wanted to be part of Hollywood. So all it is simple, hey, you do this for me, I do this for you kind of thing, and then Bob's your uncle. So sad situation. We're going to run that clip back one more time. After that, we're going to call it a day because I can't pull the full clip. But I'm pretty sure if you go to Keke's podcast, you can see the full clip. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Here we go.
I found myself dating. I'm 15. Why is my boyfriend 20?
Why was my boyfriend 30?
Girl!
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like,
I'm not smiling at that, but that is real. We was trying to find outlets, though. I don't think, you know, and also just a way to process this, and nobody our age, I mean,
could understand. Nobody our age could understand. But then you look back in hindsight, when I turned 30, I was like, that's not okay.
Girl, the moment when you realize and you get the age of a lot of people that were around you and doing stuff, it's almost a mental break that can happen because you realize, you were taking advantage of. Oh, I was being exploited. Yeah. Oh, was very difficult for me when because at 15, I'm thinking like my boyfriend's older because I'm doing an older job and I'm doing a bunch of things and this is the way that it is, and it seemed normal in my mind. But then
especially if you're an older soul too.
And you know, before what Demi Lovato said, that's where you lose me. Shout out to Keke, right? That's where they lose me because it's like, bruh, so what about the men y'all age or the kids that were your age, the teenage boys that were your age doing the same thing, right? That's my whole thing. It's like, so were they not mature? Were they not doing what y'all was doing with the money and all that? I don't know. Here we go.
Especially if you're mature for your age.
I love the Hillary Duff song.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, because it's like, we all had the same damn life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where people kept telling us you're so mature for your age.
I also wrote a song about that. It's called 29. Oh, and when you listen to it, I think you'll be able to relate to it.
Oh, yeah. I found.
Yep. So other than the fact that these men took advantage, right? Other than the fact that these men took advantage, the question is, chat, was it by choice? That's it for tonight's show. Shout out to everybody that